Welcome in your own chemistry class. We are studying chapter 4 chemical kinetics. In this video we will discuss about the methods to determine the order of reaction. First of all, I am revising you what is the order of reaction. Order of reaction means if any reaction A plus B is equal to product is taking place. Okay, where X and Y are the number of moles of A and B. If the kinetics of the reaction is studied and the rate law is expressed as R is equal to K, A to the power X and B to the power Y, then the sum of the powers of the concentration of reactants in the rate law is known as the order of reaction. So we can say the order of this reaction is equal to X plus Y. Okay, now we will discuss about the methods. By them we can determine the order of reaction. First method is graphical method. Graphical method means in which we study the graphs of between different reactions to determine their order. In this method we will plot the graphs between time and the change in concentration of reactants. Okay, time to time, to study the kinetics of the reaction, we the graphs of the time and concentration of the reactant, and we get different graphs like these. For different reactions, graph represent order of reaction. For example, one graph is just like this. When we plot the graph between concentration and T, we got a parallel line to the axis of time. Means there is no any change in the concentration according to time, or we can say according to time the concentration of reactant remains same. This is point is present in the zero order reactions. Means if this type of graph is obtained between the concentration and time, then the reaction is zero order. If there is graph is obtained like this, means according to as time increases, the concentration of the reactant continuously decreases. Means that velocity, or we can say the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. Okay, means here is this only concentration, means its order is 1, means this the reaction is of first order reaction. If we don't have any type of graph, then we plot a graph between concentration square and time, and then we got the graph just like this. Here it shows that the according to time the concentration square is changes, means R is directly proportional to the concentration square. Concentration square means the order is second. Okay, by the graphical representation we can we can determine the order of the reaction. So see, it is zero order reaction, this is first order reaction, it is second order reaction. Clear? So by these graphs we can conclude that concentration of reactant remains same during the reaction, that is rate doesn't depend upon the concentration of reactant, it is zero order reaction. Concentration decreases, that is graph between concentration and T is a straight line. Concentration decreases, but graph concentration is square and T is a straight line. It is for second order reaction. So by these graphs we can determine the order of the reaction. Clear? The second one method is isolation method. In this method, just like we are taking the example of reaction A plus B plus C is equal to product. In this method, first of all, we will determine the order of reaction with respect to the individual reactants. And then we sum the orders of the reactions with respect to reactants, the overall order of reaction will be obtained. For example, let the reaction is A plus B is equal to plus C is equal to product. Okay, now we have to determine the relative, or we can say the separate rate of reaction with respect to A, B and C. So we will take one reactant as limiting reagent and others in excess. For example, if we are determining the rate of reaction according to A, then B and C will be in excess amount. When we will determine the relative rate of reaction according to B, then A and C will be in excess amount. And when we will determine the rate of reaction according to C, then A and B will be in excess amount, and these individual will be as a limiting reagent. Thus, we determine the relative order of the reaction with respect to all reactants one by one. For this, we suppose we are determining the rate of reaction according to A, then B and C are in excess amount. By one, we check we determine the all the relative rates of reaction according to the reactants. Then suppose X, Y and Z are the relative rate order of the reaction with respect to A, B and C. Then the total, or we can say overall order of reaction will be X plus Y plus Z. Okay, clear? That in this way we can determine the overall rate of reaction by determining the spatial or relative rates order of reaction with respect to the reactants. Clear? It is the most important method to determine the rate of reaction. It is integrated rate of reaction. Okay, we will determine here two types of order reactions, zero order and first order reactions. First of all, for zero order reaction, we will derive the integrated rate equation. What are zero order reaction? The reactions for which the rate of reaction depend upon the zero power of the concentration are called zero order reaction, as we know very well. That is, rate doesn't depend upon the concentration, or we can say that rate of reaction remains constant, as in graph we have already shown. Let there is a reaction that is zero order reaction. A is equal to product. Initially, the initial concentration of reactant is A, then the product will be 0. But after T time, X moles of A are decomposed into product. So the concentration of A, or we can say reactant, at T time is A minus S and product is X. So we know that rate of reaction means dx upon dt will be equal to K0. K0 means the rate constant for zeroth order reaction into A to the power 0 according to definition. A to the power 0 means because it is zero order reaction, but we know that the if any value contain the zeroth power, then the value will be 1. So we can say dx upon dt is equal to K0, or we can say dx is equal to K0 dt. This is actually the differential equation of the zeroth order reaction. Only zeroth differential. Now we have to integrate this. So on integration, this equation, integration dx is equal to integration K0 dt. Then the integration of dx is x, and integration of K0 dt will be K plus kt plus c. This will be the integration of this. X is equal to K0t plus c. Integration of dx is x, and K0 dt K0t plus c. Here c is the integration constant. We have to derive the value of the c also. But we know when t is equal to 0, then x will be also 0. As shown in initially, product and x is equal to 0 when initially means t is equal to 0. Then we put the values of x is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0. Then c is equal to 0. All the terms will be 0. So the value of c is 0. So on putting the value of c in equation number 2, we got x is equal to K0t, or we can say K0 is equal to x upon t. It is the integrated rate of reaction for zero order reactions. Clear? What is the integrated rate equation for zero order reaction? K0 is equal to x upon t, where K0 is the rate constant for zero order reaction. X is the mass of moles of products, and t is time, or we can say concentration of the products. Okay. Now unit of K0. K0 is equal to X. The product means concentration upon time. Concentration means moles per liter, and time inverse. The unit will be mole liter inverse time inverse. Okay, now we have to calculate the half lifetime with help of the integrated rate equation. Half lifetime. What is mean of half lifetime? See, suppose it is the reaction A is equal to product. Suppose 100 moles are taken initially and these are decomposed into its half in the time. This time is known as T half or half life time, means the time in which initial concentration of reactants becomes half, or we can say the initial concentration remains half of its. Okay, then this is known as the T half, or we can say half life time. So what is half life time? The time in which half of the initial concentration of reactant undergo reaction is called half life time, or we can say after half life time the concentration of reactant left is half of its initial. Okay, it means that X is equal to A by 2 when T is equal to T half. Okay, the initial concentration is half. Okay, then T is equal to T half. Then we can put the values of X and T in the equation, in integrated rate equation. K is equals X upon T. X means A by 2, T means T half, or we can say T half is equal to A by 2K 0. It is the T half, means T half lifetime of zero order reaction depend upon A. A means initial concentration, directly proportional. More the initial concentration, more will be the T half. Less will be the initial concentration, less will be the T half. Okay, clear? Thus, the T half is directly proportional to initial concentration A. Clear? Now, we will show the graphical representation of the zero order reaction. The integrated rate equation of zero order reaction represent a straight line of the form y is equal to mx plus c. So when we plot the graph between x and t, here we can say t is equal to x upon k0. Okay, so the plot between graph between t and x will be a straight line. So it is straight line and its slope means tan theta represents rate constant. Okay, this is the graph between x and t for zeroth order reaction. It is the graph, it is theta, and its slope means tan theta is equal to del x upon del t. It is k0. Clear? This is the complete integrated rate equation and its graphical representation and half-life of zeroth order reaction. For example, we are seeing one example. If any zero order reaction is 80% completed in 160 minutes, then what will be the rate constant? Given x is equal to 0.8, 80% consumed. Okay, means x is 0.8 and t is given 160 minutes. We know that k0 is equal to x upon t. X is 0.8, t is 160. Then the rate constant will be 0.005 moles per liter per minute. It is the answer. Clear? These are the zeroth order reaction. Now we will discuss the integrated rate equation of first order reactions. Okay. See, what are first order reactions? The reactions for which rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of the concentration of reactant are termed as the first order reaction, as we know very well. For example, if any reaction A is equal to product, then the reaction will be directly proportional to the concentration of A. Okay, starting initially means when t is equal to 0, then the initial concentration of A is small a and product is 0. After t time, its x concentration is decomposed, means the remaining concentration of A is A minus x and product is x. Oh, okay. So according to the first order reaction, R will be equal to dx upon dt will be equal to k1a, where k1 is I am telling you that dx upon dt is directly proportional to the a, and when we take here equals to sign, then k1 is the rate constant for first order reaction, as I have told you very well. Okay, now we can say dx is equal to dt is equal to k1 a minus x, because at t time the concentration of A is A minus x, or we can say dx upon dA minus x is equal to k1 dt. It is the differential equation for first order reaction. Okay, for zeroth order reaction it was k0 dt is equal to dx, and here it is dx upon a minus x is equal to k1 dt. Now we have to integrate it. So on integration dx upon a minus x is equal to integration of k1 dt. Okay, the integration of dx upon a minus x is equal to ln a minus x, and this is as usual k1t plus c. Here c is the integration constant. Now we have to derive the value of c as usual in zero direction. When t will be 0, then x will be 0. Okay, so ln a minus 0 is equal to k1 into 0 plus c. This term will be 0, and here remaining only ln a, means ln is equal to c. So we can put the value of c in the differential integral equation. Ln a minus x is equal to k1t plus ln a. It is the value of c. Or we can say k1t is equal to ln a minus ln a minus x. Okay, or we can say k1 is equal to 1 upon t ln a upon a minus x. Okay, you know very well that if there is log a minus log b is equal to log a upon b. If there is log a plus log b is equal, it means log a into b. Okay, or we can say vice versa. Okay, so there is log a minus log a minus x, so we can write it ln a upon a minus x. Now we have to change the value of ln into log base 10, and for this we have to multiply the value 2.303. So we can say k1 is equal to 2.303 upon t log base 10 a upon a minus x, where a is the initial concentration and x is the concentration of the product. Okay, it is the integrated rate of reaction for first order reaction. Okay, now unit of K. According to this equation, K1 is equal to 1 upon time. There is no any unit for 2.333. Log A is the concentration of reactant, and A minus X is also concentration of reactant, means concentration upon concentration. These are cancelled by each other. Okay, log 1 is 0, means 1 upon time inverse. The unit of K1 is the time inverse. It can be second inverse, it can be minute inverse, hour inverse, year inverse, week inverse, etc. etc. Okay, now half-life time of the first order reaction. Okay, from this half-life time means when x is equal to a by 2 and t is equal to t half. It is the half-life. Half-life means when the initial concentration remains a by 2. Okay, so we know that t is equal to t half, then x is equal to a by 2. So k1 is equal to 2.303 upon t half log a upon a minus a by 2. A minus x की जगह पे a by 2. Okay, so k1 is equal to 2.303 t half log a upon a is cancelled. A upon a by 2, a minus a by 2 means a by 2. A is cancelled by a, 1 upon 2 is remaining, 2 is changed the overside. Then k1 is equal to 2.303 upon t half log 2. The value of log 2 is 0.3010. So k1 is equal to 2.303 into 0.3010 upon t half. On solving is t half is equal to 0.693 upon k1. It is very important relation, very useful relation to solve the equation, to got the rate constant and to get the half-life of the first order reaction. Clear? Okay. When x is equal to a by 2, then t is equal to t half. Only these values are putting and solving. The log 2 is 0.3010. You have to learn these values. Log 2 means 0.3010. Log 3 means 0.4772. And log 5 is equal to 0.6990. These are the values. You have to learn these values. Okay, or some values, or I am also doing log 1 is equal to 0. Okay, log 10 is equal to 1. Log 100 is equal to 2. Log 10 means 10 to the power 1. Log 2 means log to the power 10 to the power 2. So its value is 2. Log 1000 means log 10 to the power 3. Then its value will be 3. Okay, if I have the I want to the value, calculate the value of log 8. Log 8 means log 2 to the power 3. 8 means 2 into 2 into 2. So we can say log 2 to the power 3. Log 2 to the power 3 means 3 log 2 is equal to 3. The value of log 2 is 0.3010. So the value of log 8 would be the 0.9030. Okay, these are the process. This is the process to calculate the values of the, if we want the log value of log 6. Log 6 means log 3 into 2. Okay, so we can say log 3 plus log 2. Log 3 means 0.4772 plus log 2 means 0.3010. So the value will be 0.7782. Okay, thus we can calculate the values of different logs. Okay, we have to learn the three values: log 2, log 3 and log 5. And log 10 to the power, the values show the log value. Log 1 is equal to 0. Why? Because log 1 can be write as log 10 to the power 0. So its value will be 0. Log 10 means log 10 to the power 1. So its value is 1. Okay, clear? So thus we can calculate the half life of the first order reaction. It does not depend, there is no any step of A, or we can say initial concentration. So we can say the T half, or we can say half lifetime of first order reactant does not depend upon the initial concentration of the reactant. There is no any matter the initial concentration is less or more. It only depend upon the value of rate constant. Okay, now we can calculate the interval formula also. Interval formula means if any reaction taking place and the x1 and x2 concentration of reactants are decomposed in T1 and T2 times, then T1 will be equal to 2.303 upon K1 log A upon A minus X, and for T2 is equal to 2.303 upon K1. K1 is the rate constant, remain constant, log A upon A minus X2. T1 time X1 concentration is decomposed, in T2 time X2 concentration is decomposed. Okay, now we are subtracting equation number 1. Okay, then T2 minus T1 is equal to 2.303 upon K1 log A upon A minus X2 minus 2.303 upon K1 log A upon A minus X1. Okay, here 2.30 upon K1 is common, so it is taken common, and in here log A upon A minus X2 minus log A upon A minus X1, or we can put solve here. T2 minus T1 is equal to 2.303 upon K1 log A minus log A minus X2. It is just like this. I have told you this is log A upon B means log A minus B. Okay, so here log A upon A minus X2 is equal to log A minus log A minus X2 minus log A plus log A minus X2. This is minus in the bracket, so it is changed. Okay, now log A is cancelled by log A, plus and minus. So here T2 minus T1 is equal to 2.303 upon K1 log A minus X1, this is positive value and this is negative value, minus log A minus X2, or we can say that T2 minus T1 is equal to 2.303 upon K1 log A minus X1 upon A minus X2. It is the interval formula for the first order reaction. Means if we can calculate that in this time interval how many concentration, how much concentration of reactant is decomposed. Okay, now we will see the graphical representation of the first order reaction. First order rate equation is also a straight line reaction. It is C This is the first order integrated rate equation. K1 is equal to 2.303 D log 10 A upon A minus X. I am writing it that T and 2.30 are taken in the other direction, then log A upon A minus X is equal to K1 T upon 2.303. Okay, now this is the straight line equation y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, now so if we plot the graph between log a upon a minus x into t, then we got a straight line passing through origin like this, log a upon a minus x and t. Okay, and its slope means tan theta will be equal to the k1 upon 2.03 means this value. This value will show the slope, and when we plot the graph between these value, this is the graph. Or we can say this equation can also be written as log a minus x is equal to k1t upon 2.03, or log a minus x is equal to minus k1 upon 2.03t plus log a. Okay, now if we plot the graph between log a minus x and t, then one straight line is also obtained, but opposite direction, its slope will be shown by the minus k1 upon 2.33 and intercept by the log a. See, this will be the graph. It is log a minus x, it is t, it is the graph, it is theta, its slope tan theta will be is equal to minus k1 upon 2.03, and its intercept show the log a. This is the first order reaction completely. Okay, thus by the integrated rate equation we can calculate the t half, the value of rate constant, and the value of initial concentration of the product also. Thank you.